we are with the ticker symbol SPX, S&P 500 index, and I'm here to do a video on the next pump that has been scheduled by the Fed, and I'm here to explain why the stock market is not going to crash as hard as a lot of people are expecting or as hard as a lot of analysts are saying. And I definitely believe that a lot of experts, excuse me, experts are right, but it's just not happening just yet because there's support behind the scenes as to why the S&P 500 is going up and the Dow and the Nasdaq over time, and we see that since the moment of the crash. You can see there's a bullish trend, and this is in an upward direction. In between, there's been ups and downs, but it continues to work its way closer to newer ups. So the reason why I choose the S&P 500 is because that's the Fortune 500 companies of America, and the companies that are benefiting from these pumps, which is these repo repurchase agreements, is basically American companies, companies that are American driven. And in the Fortune 500, you can pick out some blue chip stocks and stuff like that, which is what I would recommend looking into if you want to ride this wave or try it out. I'm not here to tell you to buy or sell. I'm just here to give you guys this information and check it out for yourselves. So excuse all the scribble scrabble from my previous videos, but this was the day before the first pump that was announced for July, which was the 13th. And on the 14th, the pump happened, and you could see I circled it and it went up. And then you can also see here how it leveled off. It was falling, and then it slowly started to pick back up because a lot of investors were encouraged and felt strong about what was coming up. And then on the 20th, it leveled off and it brought itself up all the way to about $3,250. And the day of the pump, it didn't do a significant jump, but it did bring it to a newer high, which was 3277, and a newer high in the sense of these last previous days, but it just continued to bring it up. So it went from the 20th to the 21st, which was the next pump, and it went up and it leveled off. From that day forward, this has been wrestling to not fall, and the fall came. Now, something I want to point out to you guys, so let's delete all these lines so we don't get confused. Here, there was a lot of encouragement, and it attracted a lot of investors because of how great this looked here. So that's why it continued in an upward direction. But the reason why the pumps are structured and built, they're built to do one thing, and the thing is to level off the overall stock market and level off the way the charts look in the eyes of investors so that they can feel encouraged and motivated to continue to invest. And also, it's to hopefully save us from an economic crisis. And some people will say, well, it's probably getting us into an economic crisis. So, like, we're in the middle of one, almost, barely, kind of. I don't even know, really. I mean, that's for the analysts to say and the experts. I'm just here to show you guys the charts. But um, for the most part, you could see that when the pumps are not available, there's some steep hits that the market gets. And then there's days that it has some steep, upward direction because of good news or earnings or just different things that affect the market as a whole, and specifically the S&P 500s. But the days before, or even a couple days before the pumps that are scheduled, the market usually falls, and we're seeing that here and even here. But this one wasn't as steep because people saw what happened here. So a lot of people were strong on holding, and then they were waiting for the next one, and it brought it up. The more people hold and stay together, the more these stocks and the indexes and stuff will go up. But what I want you guys to see here, and I'm gonna write it out, is it fell and it came back up and it did a V, and this was the low before the pump. And what's important about this is that these pumps, what they're meant to do, really, they're not meant to just bring stocks like that all the way up. That's not their main purpose. Their main purpose is to save stocks from falling even harder. You saw that fall? If there was no pump, this could possibly continue in this direction. But since there was a pump, what does it do? It attracts investors and it leveled it off. What it did was it literally fell and it brought itself back up to where it was before. Then the goal from there is to maintain investors, in the market so that it can continue going up. And that's exactly what happened between these 2 weeks. So that right there goes to show you how these pumps have actually continued to bring this in an upward direction. Now, for this next pump, either fear or earnings or just people taking actually profits, if you can look at it before the next rise, people taking profits, boom, boom, brought this back down, people coming in, brought it up, people leaving brought it down. So that's something to keep in mind as well. We got to think as investors, and who else are we dealing with? Other investors. But in the main scheme of it all, it usually keeps the market afloat, and we could see that how it leveled off here. So something that's interesting here is that this was very steep, and with this being steep, I have some uncertainty for Monday and the rest of the week, because if Monday this was to like just bring itself back up a little bit, then that means that the date of the next pump, which is the 20, bring this up right now, the 28th, I'm going to go over that in just a second. The 28th, the pump can go like this. And then what is it going to do? It's going to level it off again. What happened here? So then what it's going to do is hopefully attract more investors, right? That's the goal. And then it's going to level off. And then hopefully the next pump will do an effect like this one. So in the next coming week, we're going now like 2 weeks ahead. But that's in the grand scheme of it all. If on Monday the stocks go up just a little bit, it doesn't have to, it just has to stay afloat, right? But on the other hand, what could happen is on Monday, which is something I'd tell you to watch, is like kind of fall even lower. So if it falls even lower, now instead of trying to level off here, what the pump is mainly going to probably do is level off here or pass it a little bit and bring it somewhere in this area, right? Or maybe below that, or even just right here. I don't know exactly where it would stop, but the main goal, if this fell a little bit, is to bring it back up and level off where it previously fell from, or go back above it, so it can level off somewhere in the middle between what the previous level off goal was before falling even harder, and then kind of level off in the middle, and then hopefully maintain itself somewhere there. But we're gonna definitely have to see how this plays out, right? On Monday, the S&P 500 as a whole, or any blue chip stock or any company that is in the S&P 500, I'd tell you to really, really pay close attention to how it acts, and if it's done the same reactions, obviously on the 14th and on the 21st, because that'll show you that that company has been receiving these pumps. And I want to open this up so you guys can see. So the first pump that was announced for July, because we were kind of pending for a couple weeks or days actually, almost a week and like 6 days waiting for the next scheduled dates. And then they gave it to us on the 14th. 14th was the first one. The 21st was the second one, and then the 28th is the next one, which is this Tuesday. So 14th, this was the 13th right here. 14th, this was the catalyst. And this was the 20th, and then this jump right here was the catalyst of the 21st. So that goes to show that this encouraged people to really stay and come in earlier. So it brought this pump to be an even bigger pump than it would have been, because it started from here with the peoples and investors, right? The society of investors bringing it up, and then the pump brought it up to this point of a newer high over these last couple of days. But this fell here, and we got to see if this is gonna fall or if this is gonna go up. And then hopefully the next goal is this pump is gonna level it off to the point where it comes back to where it was, or maybe higher than it, or very close to it. If it falls, it's gonna either level off somewhere in the middle or try its best to just level off right where it fell from. So we're gonna really have to look at it. I'm not saying that these pumps guarantee you money and that every time it's gonna go up and every time it's gonna go up. But for the most part, these pumps do tend to react in a way of making the day look green and make a lot of stocks that are involved in this sector and their American companies look green. So I hope you guys found this informative. You guys use these tools. If you don't feel comfortable just yet and it's your first time viewing this, just look at how it reacted the couple weeks before and then just analyze how it goes ahead and reacts this week. And the next coming up weeks, you can definitely benefit and take advantage of how you already saw it react 3 times. So if you want to go ahead and give it a shot, that's up to you. I'm not here to tell you to buy or sell or go based off of what I'm saying. Do your own due diligence, do your research. I'm just here to give you guys the insight if you've overlooked it or haven't really understood it, but you had heard about it. And here I am to make it clear to you guys so you guys can see it on the chart and you can see it right here, scheduled dates. And I'm just here to equip you guys and prepare you guys. So for all my viewers for first time being here, I just want to say hello again and welcome. And for all the people that have been subscribers, I want to say thank you for your guys' support. Always watching my videos, comment down below, hitting the like button to let me know you watch these videos. And I hope you guys are finding this informative and helpful as well. All my viewers, all my subscribers, and everybody that's a subscriber and first time viewer and you found this worthwhile, if you're going to subscribe and you haven't already, I encourage you not to just hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you can get notified. And all my subscribers that are already subscribed, hit the bell so that you can get notified when I post daily and weekly videos, especially like this one, so you guys don't miss it out. So thank you guys for watching, and let's make some money.